Is Justin Bieber suing Scooter Braun? Why is the creator of Pink Sauce now bankrupt? And what is going on with that crazy Riverdale ending? I'm gonna answer all the questions in this video, so stick with me. Alright, so this Scooter Braun story just keeps on getting crazier. It's been reported that Justin Bieber and his longtime manager are actually breaking up. Apparently the two of them haven't even spoken for months now, and lawyers are involved. It's said that Justin Bieber is cleaning house. He's reportedly fired CAA as his agency, gotten 2 new lawyers, and has Lou Taylor as his new business manager. He's recently sold his entire music catalog, featuring songs from his entire 15-year recording career, all for a whopping $200 million. He sold his music rights to Hypnosis Songs Capital, but despite these reports, a spokesperson said that reps for all parties confirmed this is not true. It's also been said that Justin still has time left on his previous management deal, which was signed before Scooter Braun became CEO of Hype America. While he's exploring his management options, sources also said that Justin is trying to patch things up with Scooter because of how difficult getting out of a contract can be, and he could end up continuing to work with him. Scooter was the one who discovered Justin as a 12-year-old singing on YouTube, and he steadied his career during periods of arrests and battles with his mental health. The two of them have been a consistent figure in the music industry for more than 15 years, which would make this one of the biggest splits of the summer. But it's not entirely a shock. Justin has come a long way since his days of teenage stardom. More recently, he's become more and more focused on his religious life while also battling his health concerns. A year ago, he cancelled his most recent world tour shortly after it began, and he revealed that he's been struggling with a rare viral condition called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which causes facial paralysis. So if he has moved on from Scooter Braun, it could be that it's because he's in an entirely new phase of his career. It could also be the other way around though, in that maybe Scooter has moved on from Justin. According to one insider, Justin's been working on his new record for the last 6 months, and apparently SP Projects have not set up one session or done anything for this new record. Within a matter of days, Scooter's empire of pop stars has apparently collapsed, with one celebrity after another departing his studio, but no one knows exactly what's going on and why all these celebrities are bailing. On Monday, news broke that Demi Lovato was seeking new management after an amicable split with Scooter. No reason was given, but things seem to be going pretty well between them, considering that he wished her happy birthday on Instagram just the day before. Hours after this news, it was reported that Ariana Grande was also walking away from SBP. A source later told People magazine that she was still on friendly terms with Scooter and that her decision to leave was just about trying something new. As if all of this wasn't enough though, the Hollywood Reporter then broke the news on Tuesday that Idina Menzel had departed SBP back in January after she signed with them in 2019. This would apparently make her the first of Scooter's high-profile clients to walk away, because we know that J Balvin has left in May to join management company Roc Nation. While we don't know exactly what happened, there's also a chance that all of these artists might have different reasons for leaving. Demi Lovato joined SBP in 2019 and released 2 studio albums under them, but through all this time her personal life had been very intense. According to the 2021 documentary Dancing with the Devil, Scooter explained that he signed her shortly after they'd finished a long period in rehab. She's since returned to rehab at least one more time since then. At the moment, she's promoting her upcoming album Revamped, featuring new versions of her previous tracks. Because the album is something of a reset, she seems to be turning her pop sound into harder rock, and it makes sense that she might want a different manager for a different phase of her life and career. As for Ariana Grande, she has a longer history with Scooter Braun. She first joined SBP in 2013 and has released all of her albums under his management. Anyway you look at it, the timing of this departure is a little crazy. She's right in the middle of promoting the 10th anniversary re-release of her debut album Truly Yours, which drops on August 25th. To make things even more bizarre, SBP was promoting her album on social media just minutes before the news of her departure leaked. And while all of this is happening, Ariana has also recently undergone a very controversial split from her husband of 2 years, Dalton Gomez. TMZ leaked the news barely a month ago that the couple had been on the out since January. It was then reported that she had been dating her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater. He also separated from his wife and longtime partner Lily J, who had just given birth to their son in August last year. So things have been extremely messy. The affair seemed to have devastated fans, and it fully overshadowed Ariana's forthcoming album. This might not have anything to do with Scooter Braun, but a juicy news story is always a good antidote to negative press coverage, and if that's the case, it's kind of a genius move on her part. Now it seems like the creator of the viral Pink Sauce has fallen on hard times, because she's now started a GoFundMe page and she says she's completely broke. Veronica Shaw claims that she was financially sabotaged by Dave's Gourmet after putting her sauce on the market in 2022. She went viral last year thanks to her brightly colored condiment called Pink Sauce. She quickly saw the opportunity to take her product to the next level, and she started selling the sauce out of her home. This move was highly criticized by customers who complained that their sauce had spoiled in the summer heat, it had incorrect nutrition labels, and some of the bottles arrived broken. Despite this controversy, the sauce was eventually picked up by Dave's Gourmet, and it found itself on the shelves of Walmart and other supermarkets. But this opportunity didn't end up paying off for Veronica, because she says she's financially destitute after partnering with Dave's Gourmet. On her GoFundMe page, she claims that they are not paying her and they are not being transparent about the records of their business arrangement. Veronica explained that as a young entrepreneur with big dreams, she followed her intuition and went forth towards her dreams to create something new. She acknowledges that she made a few mistakes along the way, which led her to trust a company that is apparently trying to take everything from her. She said that they lied to her and now she's being silenced and financially sabotaged. Quote, "I am a single mom and I do everything for my kids. Right now I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food on my own. My mom is on disability and has been giving us $20 just to get by on a daily basis." She went on to accuse Dave's Gourmet of not being transparent about financial records, refusing to reimburse her for marketing expenses, and not paying the royalties that she is reportedly owed. Now she says that she's currently facing an eviction that has gone into default and that the sheriffs can come to her door any day now. Veronica claims that she needs legal help and she doesn't know what else to do. Her GoFundMe fundraiser is set at $100,000, but so far she's only raised $900, so she still has a long way to go. And judging from the reactions on social media, her situation is not gaining a ton of sympathy. In fact, some people have been downright vicious over the news of her finances, even going as far as calling it karma and telling her to be humble. One person tweeted, "I speak for everyone when I say we ain't donating," and me laughing at the downfall of random people who got famous for nothing. There were also some people who felt differently though, and they wrote things like, "It has to be pretty bad for this, and they are definitely taking advantage of her." For their part, Dave's Gourmet says it disagrees with Veronica's version of events. They also said that they stuck to the terms of their agreement. Quote, "Dave's Gourmet has paid Chef Pie over $120,000 to date, and it continues to make payments as due and on time based upon the terms of the contract." But whatever the case, this is such a terrible situation considering how promising things started off. Last year, Veronica seemed to be on top of the world. She became an overnight sensation after selling her homemade pink sauce on social media. She tried to fulfill thousands of orders with a 3-person staff, but was ultimately forced to partner with a larger manufacturing company after customer complaints about the product. The idea was to create a shelf-stable iteration of the sauce manufactured under FDA guidelines. Within just 5 months of the deal, pink sauce launched at 4,300 Walmart locations. The product launched on shelves nationwide for $8 a bottle. The sauce itself had an assortment of really random ingredients like dragon fruit, coconut cream, onion powder, and ranch flavoring. But we don't really know how successful the product was. Sometime in January, people noticed that the item quickly went on clearance by the end of the month. And earlier this month, Veronica posted a TikTok claiming that she sold 200,000 units. So she seemed to be doing pretty well. But it's possible that the novelty wore off and pink sauce lost its popularity, which is not exactly impossible. Once the demand for the product goes, that could pretty much be it. While Veronica maintains that Dave's Gourmet owes her royalties and reimbursements, the company itself has continued to sell her sauce. In fact, it's still listed as in stock on their website. And last but not least, why is everyone talking about the ending of Riverdale? Well, let's break it all down. In the series finale, an 86-year-old Betty got the chance to revisit one day from her senior year of high school, a day that she originally missed because she was at home sick with the mumps. This day was a yearbook signing day, and it was her chance to say farewell to all the people that she loved so much. But here's the thing, in this timeline, everyone is dead and Betty is the last living member of her high school class. She literally kicks off the episode by reading Jughead's obituary. So during the episode, we learn what happened throughout the lives of everyone else. After high school, Veronica went back to LA where she became a very successful movie producer. She won 2 Oscars, and when she died, she was buried in Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Betty attended a few of her premieres, but she wishes that she'd kept in better touch. Archie also went west to build the highways, but he always intended to come back home. Instead, he stayed in California where he met someone and settled down and created a family. He became a professional construction worker and an amateur writer. When he died, he was buried in Riverdale next to his father. Jughead moved to New York City, where he started Jughead's Madhouse magazine, although he never ended up marrying. Betty did the same, and she moved to New York and started the She Says magazine, which was apparently the go-to source for feminist and progressive causes. She never got married, and she said she didn't regret it, but she did end up adopting a daughter named Carla and now has a granddaughter named Alice. And it's Alice who brings 86-year-old Betty back to Riverdale, where she dies in the back seat of the car as it pulls into the Pop's parking lot. Once she passes away, we flash back to the teenage Betty, now in the sweet hereafter, as she walks into Pop's and sees all of her friends. And this scene is insanely sad. We see her join Veronica, Jughead, and Archie in a booth for some milkshakes, and before we head inside, the narrator Jughead says, "We'll leave them here, I think. We're there forever juniors, forever 17, always grabbing a burger or a shake, always coming to or going from some dance, talking about school, the big game, who's dating who, homework, whatever movie is playing at the Babylonium. You know, moments like this that make up a life." Jughead explains that this is where they will always live, in this diner, in this town, in the sweet hereafter. The last thing he says is, "If you happen to see that neon sign on some lonely night after that long journey, the journey that every one of us is on, pull over, come in, take a seat, and know that you'll always be among friends and that Riverdale will always be your home." It is such a bittersweet ending to the long-running series. Although it was a heavily criticized show and it was constantly made fun of over the years, it's safe to say that fans were really quite upset over this last episode. But it'll be really interesting to see where the actors go from here and what they'll be able to do in the next chapter of their lives. What do you guys think about this news story? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.